guys, welcome back to another video. I will be doing, I may be doing today, what if Naruto was trained by Deidara? And I'm still trying to figure out how to do, what if Naruto, was betrayed. So, yeah, I have to figure that out a bit. But, what if Deidara might be 2 hours long? So, without further ado, let's start this what if. Oh, actually, before I start this what if, I'm gonna change some things in the story. So yeah, let me change some things. Naruto, kids that he captured were of the age of 13, and all of them are out now. Yeah, all of them are out. So, yeah. All of them are out and they're roaming around. They are also training to become as strong as Anbu. But they will be even stronger than Anbu because they have the Sharingan, Senju, Yuki, Kaguya, and like Hyuga. Yeah, and I'm going to check out more of the clans and all that. I'm obviously going to do something special with all of them. Hold on, give me a second. So, yeah, I think I know what other clan I'm going to be playing in this. But you'll find that out soon. We basically see Naruto as they just got done with the team meeting. They signed all the papers. And actually, hold on. And now they're going back to home, and the next day they will be doing the tuning exams. Well, let's say a day from now. So, the day after tomorrow, they'll be doing the tuning exams. I just need to do something, so yeah. Naruto goes back to his house, as there are now Anbu watching Naruto. Though Hokage is starting to trust Naruto less and less now. Just because of the fact that Naruto says he's never gone down the basement. But obviously there were traps there. So then Naruto went down in the basement, put in the right code, put his blood on the seal, and then he went in. As all the kids were out now, Naruto then said, "Well, hello there, my children." They all said in unison, "Hello, father." Now, remember, they're the age of 13. Naruto then asks, "How's your training going?" They say, "Good." The Hyuga then says, "Why do I have 2 different eyes?" Naruto then said, "Well, you're part Hyuga and Uchiha. Soon, you unlock the Mangekyou Sharingan. And then I want you to unlock the Eternal by switching one of your eyes with, one of the other Uchiha here. The Nara are practicing in their Shadow Jutsu, and the Senju are practicing in their Senju blood, and the Hyuga. They're all just practicing in unison. The blood, the Yuki, and the bone are learning their techniques, since I don't have any scrolls for them. They're gonna have to learn it themselves. The Hyuga nodded as they went back to training. Naruto then decided to make salmon for all of them. He made salmon, and they ate. As they were eating, Orochimaru then comes saying, "Naruto, all of the children are out." Naruto says, "Yes, they are. 18. As I am feeding them right now." Orochimaru then said, "How about we have a talk?" Naruto said, "Okay." As then he leaves the table. He then talks to Orochimaru saying, "What do you need, Orochimaru?" He says, "Well, I'm going to be doing a little taking over the Leaf Village or trying to invade it. I would want your help, though. Naruto then said, that means I'd become a rogue shinobi and everything here would be lost. Orochimaru then said, well, it's true, but they don't have to know you helped. Naruto then said, well, build me a different base, find me a different base, and I'll build it. I'll just need to take everything out of here, meaning I'll have to seal all the liquid and my blood, the blood, and all of that. Orochimaru then said, well, yes, I can find you a suitable base that is pretty hidden, meaning that you can hide from them. Jiraiya has not found me. He then nodded, as then the Naruto is now just walking back as he's eating fish. Orochimaru then said, okay, nice talk. I'm leaving. As he leaves. So, yeah. We then do a daytime skip. Naruto's actually training them because of his eyes. He's training the Sharingan users in the Sharingan. And Naruto has not put the Mokiton blood in him, so he just gave them scrolls saying, I have not put the Mokiton blood in me, so you're just going to have to take the scrolls. They nod their head as they start doing it. Naruto had placed them in a room where they could not destroy anything. And the Kaguya bloodline and the Bone and the Yuki bloodline is going pretty good. Now, we then see a thinking Naruto. He is thinking whether he should take another clan member yet or not. He has to decide on that later. Naruto then remembers he has to go to the tuning exams. As he is going to the tuning exams. He doesn't meet Gaara at all. Because he doesn't really care about Konohamaru. Because, he has really no connections to this village. So, yeah. And then, the test is starting. As we see that, we actually see, Kabuto actually walk up and he says, well, hello there. My name is Kabuto. If you need any information, just tell me and I will try to find it out. Sasuke then says, I want information on Gaara of the Sand, Rock Lee of the Leaf, and Naruto of the Leaf. Kabuto nods his head. Naruto then glances at Kabuto, and Kabuto glances back. As he says, how about we do Naruto first? As he tries spinning the card, and then his profile pops up. As they have not spied on Naruto at all, because Naruto has gave them some eyes of the Uchiha and all that. They then say, well, basically, we don't have any information on him. None. Sasuke then says, okay. As in the rest are the same. And so, we then go to the proctor doing the test. As Proctor sees Naruto's not even cheating and he's writing down all the answers. And the proctor is surprised that he doesn't even need to cheat to find these answers. He then sees that Naruto finishes first. As Naruto puts down the pencil. We then do a 45-minute time skip as he says, stop! We will now do the 10th question. all that mind games, and 26 teams leaves. So that leaves about 24 left. And yeah. We then go and see that actually I think I'm gonna do something. No, I'm not, never mind. There's still 13. Yeah, and then there's 24 teams left. Anko then comes in saying, really? You're weak. You became weaker. I don't remember what his name is. So as then we see as Anko says, meet me in Training Ground 44, or better known as the Forest of Death. She then jumps out the window she broke. She then we see Naruto as he's walking through the window, jumping down, and he's at the Forest of Death now. He then, hold on, give me a second. He then is there, and Anko's surprised because he's the first one. And then everyone comes there. Naruto is kind of not paying attention at all. So Anko tries throwing a kunai, but Naruto catches it and places kunai right behind him, which Anko body flickered, and there was a kunai right placed to her stomach, as Anko was so surprised. Hold on, give me another second, I'm sorry. Then she says, pay attention. Naruto nodded. As then she handed out slips, they all they signed it, and then it was the Forest of Death time. Naruto got the Heaven Scroll, and yeah. So then Naruto and his team are halfway to the little building, because they thought Sasuke thought he could easily destroy teams if they were hiding out near the building. And then a grass Genin comes. We know him as Orochimaru. Does Orochimaru really have a gender though? Like, he was a girl, and then he was a boy. Let's call him a Gashi. No, we're not going to call him that. He's a male right now. No, he's a female. He's a female right now. So, yeah. Orochimaru then looks at Naruto. Naruto body flickered behind Sakura, knocking her out. Sasuke then said, Sasuke wasn't paying attention. He was looking at the grass Genin, which was producing a lot of bloodlust. So he was out on his own thoughts. Sakura would be taken out by the bloodlust. Taken out, quotations, because Naruto knocked her out. Orochimaru then, Sasuke then, hit his hand with the kunai, waking him out of the bloodlust as he activated the Sharingan. The one Tomo Sharingan. Orochimaru, they get in a battle. Sasuke easily loses, and he gets the curse mark. The heavenly curse mark. Sasuke is now down. Orochimaru says, good work, Naruto. Naruto says, remember, I'm not one of your lackeys, so I just helped you with this. Because you promised me his blood. I mean, some more of his blood. And you also promised me Itachi's blood. Orochimaru then nodded, saying, yes, I did. Naruto took some more of Sasuke's blood. He then placed in the ice pack he had in his pouch. Orochimaru then said, well, Naruto, Itachi should be looking for you with Kisame after these tuning exams. They should be looking for you. Because of the fact that I'm gonna kill Lord Third. The Naruto then nodded his head. So Orochimaru then says, you probably have to going to find a new Hokage with Jiraiya. And then Itachi's going to come after you. And if you provoke him, I don't know what's going to happen. But you can definitely get his blood. And maybe one of his Sharingans. Because if you can do that, then I will be surprised. And if you get one of his Sharingans, the Mangekyou, I will be super surprised. Naruto says, I don't have Itachi's eyes. I want to complete my collection. I'll give you Sasuke's body. With the eyes, of course. And I'll take Itachi's. Let's say I will take Kisame and Itachi and probably make them one of my children. How about that? I'll put a seal on them. Make them forget everything. And then eventually, they'll become my friendly slaves. And if they're there, 2 Akatsuki's on my side, that'd be priceless. Orochimaru then said, yes, it would. As with Kisame's bloodline, he's basically a shark. So, yeah. Naruto then said, well, I better take them and hide them somewhere and protect them. Until Sasuke wakes up and beats up your goons. He nodded his head as they went off. As Naruto's kids that he took are about high tuning. And the Nara, Hyuga, and other stuff are and other stuff with the Uchiha blood in them are about really good with Genjutsu, because they already have the Mangekyou Sharingan. Yeah. And Eternal Mangekyou Sharingan. So, yeah. And the Naras are practicing their Susanoo with their Shadow Jutsu. And the Hyugas are practicing the Yuki, the Kaguya, and the Senju, which is actually going really good for them. And so, yeah. Eternal Mangekyou Sharingan versus a Mangekyou Sharingan. They have large chakra reserves, too. Naruto made sure of that. So, yeah. We will be going now. I mean, we will see what happens. As the goons come, as they see Naruto, as they say, well, why are you protecting them? Naruto then says, well, do you know, I'm waiting for Sasuke to wake up, and so he can test out his curse mark on you guys. They say, why? Orochimaru wants us to kill Sasuke. No, he doesn't. As then a barrier jutsu happens. As they cannot leave. Orochimaru actually wants you to die by Sasuke. As Sakura wakes up, she didn't hear the Orochimaru stuff. She just sees Naruto is looking at these. And there's a purple barrier around them. Obviously, Kurama is, watching from his cell. And all of that. So, yeah. Then Sasuke wakes up as they look at Sasuke, as he has an overwhelming amount of power. Then Naruto says, Sasuke, these people tried attacking you in your sleep and they called the Uchiha clan weak. As Sasuke then goes after them as he's taking off. He broke one's arm and he killed another. He killed the female and he broke the guy's arm. And then Zaku was left. He passed Naruto the Earth Scroll, saying, "Please take down this barrier." Then he says, Sakura already calmed down Sasuke. So, yeah, I'll take down the barrier. Then he took down the barrier. As he said, "Let them go." As the Zaku fellow basically took his friend with broken arms and he left. He went to find 2 more scrolls so they can at least go into tuning exams. Hold on, give me a second. Actually, I need the girl alive so she can fight Shikamaru. So yeah, the girl's still alive. Let me fix that. The girl's still alive. She's just badly injured like Zaku. Yeah, that's what's basically happened. And so we then see as they go in and Naruto places down the 2 scrolls. He then they then wait about 2 more days and then everyone else comes. It's the same. Every battle happens the same, except for Naruto and Kiba. Kiba looks at Naruto, saying, "You will fall because I am the great. I am great upon my clan. I'm the next clan head. So you fall to my almighty power," and all that. Bragging bit. Naruto said, "Okay, whatever." As he basically says, "Come on, Kiba, why don't you come after me?" Kiba then says, "Fang over fang," and he does it. And Naruto then says, "Perfect." As he then said, "Fire style. Fire wall." As Kiba tries to go through it, but it was increased with chakra. A lot of chakra. As Kiba started to burn, and Akamaru, as they jumped out, you see a lot of burn marks. Naruto then relieved the fire style fire wall. He then said, "Fire style, red flaming hot dragon," as a red fire came from his mouth. And it hit Kiba, as Kiba was not expecting this. It started to burn Kiba, as then Naruto said, "Wind style, wind dragon," as the wind dragon made the fire turn into blue flames, increasing the fire's chakra and making it faster. As Kiba, you hear then Kiba screaming in pain as Naruto relieves the dragon. You see a burnt Kiba near death, and also Akamaru, as they have burns all over their body. The medics instantly take Kiba, and then the proctor says Naruto is the winner. As Naruto walks up, you then see an angry what's her name? Kurenai. As Kurenai says, "Naruto, you didn't have to do him like that." Also, then Kakashi says, "Yeah, Naruto, you did a little overboard, and how'd you learn those jutsus?" Naruto said, "None of your business, and it's the tuning exams. If he wasn't ready to come here, he shouldn't have signed the paper." Knowing if he, died in the force of death, what would you do then? I didn't kill him. He's near death. He's not dead. She then was angry at this, as she then tried putting Naruto in infinite pain with a Genjutsu. Naruto looked as he had no pain in him. As he then started laughing, as Kurenai thought there were tree branches stabbing him. Naruto then laughed harder, as everyone could see Naruto laughing. They heard Kurenai yelling, saying, Genjutsu, wood inflicting pain. And they thought Naruto was going to be in pain, but they just heard laughter. As Naruto then dispelled the Genjutsu, so he said, is that the best you've got? How about let's try mine? As he then says, he then has a black field around him. No, he has a water wall around him, making no one be able to see his body. As then he turns on his Mangekyou Sharingan, as he said, Tsukiyomi, 72 hours of pain. As you hear Kurenai scream, as she then falls. As Naruto said, Genjutsu release. As Kurenai's in agony, as Kakashi said, what'd you do to her, Naruto? Naruto said, she did a Genjutsu on me, and I told her my Genjutsu was better. He then said, what Genjutsu did you use? Naruto said, none of your business. Let's continue with the matches. As he jumps down. As everyone jumps down that had the victory. Kurenai then said, she was breathing heavily. She was like, why? What did he do to me? That Genjutsu. It was so powerful. Kakashi then said, what did you see? As she said, I saw me getting stabbed for 72 hours. Stabbed everywhere in my body. It was red. And I just saw a red moon. And the ground was just blood. Kakashi knew that this had to be a Mangekyou Sharingan ability, but he couldn't say that Naruto had the Sharingan. Just for the fact is, he never seen him use it. He then would talk to Lord Third about this. We then see, as Lord Third said, well, you will be coming back to do the tuning exams in a month. They nod, as then it's the same battles. Naruto then said, okay, let's do this. As we see, as Kakashi's going to train Sasuke, and Naruto's going to train by himself, but the Toad Sani would try to look for Naruto. He then, how about half into the month, the Toad comes, as then he talks to Hiruzen asking, where can he find Naruto? Hiruzen said, he hasn't left his house, so he's probably in there. As then he goes there, as he knocks on the door. No one answers as he breaks it down. As then he goes down in the basement. We do a flashback. Hiruzen says, Jiraiya. There's a basement that's been locked. It has a blood seal and everything. It is really interesting, as it's been used before. I see the footprints. Naruto is doing something down there. But even with my orb, I can't see what he's doing. I don't know what he has down there. He might even have the scroll of sealing. Just be careful. As Jiraiya then walks down, Naruto has upgraded the trap. As Jiraiya then stepped on a brick that he wasn't supposed to. As then snakes started to appear. And then he remembers the third Hokage saying, be careful of the snakes. They will disintegrate you if you get touched. He then nods, as then he dodges all of them. He then says, what's through this door that Naruto doesn't want anyone to see. As he looked at the seal, and he made the snake sign and all of it. Then he said, well, I do have some of Naruto's blood. See what he's hiding in here. As Naruto noticed that the door was opening, he said, oh no, they've taken my blood. Hiruzen has when I was younger. For what reason, though? He then remembers, oh wait, he might have taken my blood while I wasn't looking. I was distracted. Anko probably took my blood while I was distracted. As we do another flashback, as we see Anko. Anko says, are you sure, Third Hokage, you want me to take his blood? Yeah, I want you to take enough to fill this 8-ounce vial. Meaning you're gonna have to cut him pretty deep to make it bleed that much. Anko then nodded, as Naruto said, oh no, this is bad. As then he said, Kaguya bloodline users, bone wall now. As they create a bone wall, stopping anyone from entering. As the door was opened, all he saw was a bone wall. He said, how does this person have bones? How does Naruto have control over bones? He then said, Yuki users, ice wall. He said that quietly, as they went through hand signs, as they said, ice wall. As Jiraiya heard this faint sound of someone saying ice wall. As then the wall of bones became even stronger because they were frozen. Naruto then said, okay, now we're going to need something. Gotta think of it. Oh, yes. I would send you users. I want you to do a wood wall. As then they do it. As Jiraiya punches it, the bone he shakes his hand a bit, as the bone was tough. It was frozen, and he also saw through the cracks a wood wall and an ice wall. He then said, this person has the Mokiton. Naruto has the Mokiton and Yuki. And he has a Kaguya bloodline. Jiraiya then leaves, as Naruto then closes the door. And he puts up a lot more seals. Meaning you're going to need a lot more blood. As Naruto then says, as the walls come down, as Jiraiya went to the Hiruzen's office, as then Jiraiya says, Naruto has the Kaguya, the Yuki, and the Senju bloodline. As Hiruzen's eyes then widen, as Jiraiya said, what do you know that I don't? He said, well, there's been, we went to the vault of Senju Mokiton blood, and there were all 9 vials missing. And I'm sure he got the Yuki from fighting Haku. And I'm pretty sure he has the bone bloodline by somehow, I don't know. But he probably is the one taking the kids. I need you to pretend like you haven't... I need you to pretend you're going to take him out of the village, and we're going to be searching that area. So that he can't defend it. And if he has kids trapped, then who knows what's going to happen. Hold on, give me a second. He then nods his head. As Orochimaru then comes through the wall saying, Naruto, you were in a jiff and you let out a couple secrets. Naruto says, I know, but I had to, or he would have found this. I can't let that happen. He then said, okay, plus I found you a new base. Perfect timing, right? As Naruto said, yes. I will start to move everything there. Hold on, give me a second. Orochimaru then said, okay, and that's for helping me capture Sasuke. without you being on my side, this would be a difficult battle. He says, yes, it would. Now, how about this, Orochimaru? I need you to show me where it is. I need you to show me where it is, and I'll make a tunnel from this base to that base. Easy by dragon. No, actually, I'll make it by dragon. And these kids will follow me. That will be on my new base. Orochimaru then said, well, it's actually near the Leaf Village. I didn't want it to be too far away. It's this base where it's in a hole. And if you walk down the whole steps, you see a base with a snake symbol and all of that. And it's pretty hidden. Naruto said, okay, as he packs up everything. And then that's what he does for the next 2 months. He also packs up everything and they train. So, Naruto then puts every seal he knows on the door. And he has the scroll of sealing with him. Hold on, give me a second. I'm actually going to be right back. Left off was where... Sorry. 2 months of the thing was done. I mean, the 1 month thing is done. So we see that Neji is then looking at Naruto saying, fate has decided me the winner. Naruto then said, okay. Then he pulls out a kunai, as he says, if you block this, then I'll think about quitting. I mean, if you block this, I will see how strong you are. As he throws a kunai. Neji then does the rotation. As this surprises the Hyuga members. Hayashi Hyuga was not there because he had to deal with clan matters. Then Neji looked at Naruto, saying, my rotation is the strongest defense. Naruto said, no, it's not, but how about this? He goes through hand signs as he says, fire style, red, flame, dragon. And then he goes through another set of hand signs saying, wind style, wind dragon. As then he makes 2 shadow clones. As the fire dragon and the wind dragon combine, they're just seen by Naruto. The 2 shadow clones do a water style water dragon, and the other one does lightning style lightning dragon. As those 2 combine, and Naruto makes one more clone as he says, "Do it." As the other says, "Mud style mud dragon." As Naruto then runs through a long list of hand signs as Neji is waiting. Naruto then is finished as he says, 5 elemental dragon jutsu. As all the dragons start to combine. Now, the water's not evaporating and the fire's not going away. It's just then you see a dragon. Part of it is fire, part of it is water, part of it is lightning, part of it is wind, part of it is earth. As Neji never seen this jutsu before, Naruto said, "Combine! Go!" As the dragon then goes after Neji. It is fast, as it's taking the aspect of lightning chakra and wind chakra. It is powerful. It's taking the aspect of fire and it's taking the aspect of earth. It is slick. It's taking the aspect of water. As it moves too fast for Neji to put up a rotation. As Neji got hit by it. As the crowd seen an elemental burst. As they look over to see if Neji was okay. Neji was almost to the brink of death. Neji then started to stand up with one eye slightly open, the other closed. And Naruto then said, "Okay, how about this?" As he runs through hand signs. as he says, fire style, red flaming dragon. As then this is about to hit Neji, but Neji falls to the ground and the proctor tries to stop the dragon, but Naruto sees that almost hit the proctor as he dispels the dragon. Or the dragon poofs into fire. Then the proctor says, Naruto Uzumaki the winner. Naruto then goes up to the booth as he saw their eyes wide open. So the rest of the matches happens the same. And then we have the Sasuke Gaara. Gaara turns into Shikaku. And the entlement, how would you... Orochimaru's plan happens. And everyone, and all the sand and all the stuff happen. Naruto said, Naruto becomes sound Geni, a sound tuning, as he went up to Orochimaru. As Orochimaru has not put up the barrier yet, Naruto said, Orochimaru, do you need my assistance? Orochimaru then laughed, saying, yeah. The sound Genin then says, how about this? I'll give you one drop of this, and I'll give you, and that should be enough to revive, him. And there's some Uchiha blood in there, with Hashirama's. But you need to find the body. But you can do that easily. Just summon Hashirama and Tobirama from their grave. And then I have to do something. Then he jumps off the building. Orochimaru knew that Naruto would do this. So he just said, okay. As then, Orochimaru then says, not Ghetto Statue. I almost said Ghetto Statue. Reanimation Jutsu. As Hashirama and Tobirama happen. That battle happens the same, but we go over to Naruto. As Naruto bites his thumb as he says summoning Jutsu. As a ginormous male dragon pops out. The female is still at the place resting. Because she is actually pregnant. Whoopie-doo. Shikaku sees a dragon as he says, what is that going to do against a tailed beast? The dragon then hits Shikaku. As Shikaku loses air. As then the dragon claws at Shikaku and he shoots a fire style. He shoots fire breath at Shikaku. Shikaku is turning to glass, actually. Shikaku said, what? As then the dragon hits Shikaku. As Naruto then jumps off the dragon, hitting Gaara. Naruto talks with Gaara. Talk no jutsu. He then tells him that you have siblings and all that. Be kind to them. And so, then Naruto is right now just doing nothing. He goes back as he says, Lord Third is dead. Perfect, as we planned. But Orochimaru was not supposed to get injured this much. Orochimaru should have expected his master to be really good. Because in his prime, he was called the God of Shinobi. Versus another God of Shinobi that's reanimated, but it's whatever. So, how about we start this again? As he goes up and he says, Lord Third is, as the sand in our hall retreated, as they said, Lord Third is dead. So, they were sent out to find the next Hokage. Jiraiya was. Jiraiya then said, could I take Naruto? they then nodded as before they left, Jiraiya actually spoke to the, some of the Jonin, as he said, find out what Naruto's hiding down in that basement of his, in his room. They nod their head, as Naruto he heard a lot of this, as he said, as he was thinking in his mind, haha, they're not going to find anything, it's just going to be stone. But they won't be able to enter, as I still have the traps. As they enter his room, they even enter his house. They first enter his house, but then they start disintegrating. As they saw some water splash down at them, but they never thought of anything. So they took one more step further as they started to disintegrate. As about 10 Jonin died trying to go in the base. As, Naruto's door then went back up. As they find Tsunade pretty fast, Naruto then says, the Leaf Village has required you to become 5th Hokage. The 3rd died. She then said, I will not become Hokage. Naruto said, how about this? We'll make a bet. If you become Hokage, I'll pay off all your debts. She then said, what? How do you have that much money? Naruto said, well, mostly because of my father's account, but yeah, he has like 2 times he has about 50 times the amount you need to pay off your debts. As her eyes then widened, Naruto said, I always have access to it, so I'll pay off your debts. She then agreed, as he then paid off all of her debts. Jiraiya said, how'd you know of your father? Naruto said, I'm not stupid, idiot. Jiraiya then was hurt by this, but it's whatever. They then go, as Jiraiya actually went to talk to the Hokage about something. So, the Hokage is actually looking at a note that Hiruzen had locked away in his desk. She looked at it, as it said, if I am dead, then you should read this note to whoever to become the 5th Hokage. Check out Naruto Uzumaki's household. We have a reason to believe that he has worked and stolen kids from the village. And he has stolen Uchiha eyes and everything. She then nodded as Jiraiya actually came in and said, Tsunade, what is that note? She then says, it's from Sensei. It says to check out Naruto Uzumaki's household, because we think he's been working with Orochimaru and he's been kidnapping kids. He then said, yeah. He also has traps everywhere. 10 Jonin went in, and they got disintegrated into ash. And then the door reclosed. She then said, oh, it's powerful. So, then we see, as Jiraiya also said, well, even though he might have done this, it's a might. I want to take him on a 3-year training trip. She then says, well, I'd have to talk to the council, but I'm sure they'd agree. As they agreed, and Jiraiya has the paper saying Naruto can be gone for 3 years and be trained under Jiraiya. But sadly to Jiraiya, Naruto is already gone. Naruto has already left the village. And so, I'm going to be doing a 3-year time skip. I'm going to end off the video right here, though. Have a wonderful day, and goodbye.